Hi, I'm Mr. Peanut, and some people asked me to do a tutorial on how I made the chest with the gold. Uh, First, you just need to cut some small pieces of XPS foam. Mine are about 2.5 centimeters wide, 1.5 centimeter high, and I think the thickness is 0.5 centimeters. Just have to glue all the pieces together. Start with one side. Add the two smaller pieces on it. If you've done that, you can just add the last piece and you will have a chest. If you don't want to glue or cut a lot of pieces, you can just take one large brick of XPS foam, and I don't think you will have problems in the long run. If you have one big piece, you'll probably have to mimic that the pieces are glued together, but that's not a real problem. After this, I just took an excess piece of foam, put it on, and measured a lid for it. So just cut it off, and you will have a functioning lid. All the trash pieces is something you might want to keep to fill up the space. I also took another piece of scrap and just cut it out to fill up the bottom, so the hot glue I'm gonna add now will not pour away. Don't worry about the hot glue, it will just be as a reinforcement and add some weight. It will probably also burn away some of the scrap pieces of XPS foam you put in the chest. As you can see, it's now big, but it will go down a bit. After this, I just took some tweezers and added small indents. You don't have to push hard on the tweezers, or else you're just through the foam. It's quite brittle foam. Just go around, always keep a straight edge. As you can see here, just have to push very lightly and you will have a desired effect already. I just keep going around the whole chest, and after a while you will have the effect you want. Keep straight and you will do fine. After this, I will also do the lid, and then we'll have what looks like the basis of a chest. So now I'm gonna do the rest. So you can see it's just straight through and you'll have three pieces. Now for the lid, do the same, just go over it, don't worry about it too much. Just draw three lines. They don't have to be straight, it's even better when they're not straight. But follow the same path, always follow the same path, or else it will look wonky. If the underside does not need that much detail. After this, just take a brush, go over all the sides, always do one straight motion, just use the same motion, do it for all the sides, the top, the bottom, the lid, and then you'll have some nice wood grain in your chest, and that's all you need. You can see here, just simple wood graining. You can just put the lid on later, and yeah, starting to look a lot like a chest. Now we'll add a layer of Mod Podge. Well, not Mod Podge, because we can't find that in Europe, or the import costs are quite high. I use acrylic varnish with some black acrylic paint. I mix those and I just apply generously over the whole piece, the lids, the chest. If you can't find the acrylic sealer, don't worry, you can find it in any old discount store. In Belgium I go to the Action, you'll probably have some in your country. Then I added it to a cardboard piece. I had this laying around. cut a small piece out, checked with my other chest, and I just kept cutting until I was happy with the result. So I round some borders, I go smaller, just until I get the feeling it's a good piece to start working with. There we go. It's starting to look a lot like a finished product already. Now just get some paint. I got a dark brown, a yellowish, reddish brown, and a beige. Just get the dark brown on there, all the pieces. Then get the red brown after this. I don't have footage of this, but just take the red brown and dab it lightly. It's not a full dry brush, but it's not a wet brush either. You can see this is after the first layer. Now we're gonna take some rhinestones. You can find these in the Action as well, or any other discount store, toy store, whatever. Take your hot glue gun, just push a big blob over the other hot glue you did earlier. Take some rhinestones with your tweezers and add them to the hot glue. Push them in very lightly. Take whatever rhinestone you want, it's your chest. And after this, you have enough rhinestones. You can just take the glitter you have and pour it on. You'll see here, yeah. So we're just pouring on some glitter in a tub, because else you'll just have glitter everywhere in your house and you really don't want that. So here we have the start of our chest. Now for the lid, you'll just have to add another dab of hot glue and push in the back and push it down slightly, so the hot glue and the hot glue with the glitter just gets pushed a bit, as you can see here. And you got a chest already. If you don't want to put it on a base or let it overflow, you can just do the next step and you're finished. Now just have to push this down a bit because it was loosening. And there we have it. We got the basics of a chest. Here I'm just applying a light dry brush with a beige. It's a very light dry brush. It's to offset the reddish color I put on and dampen it a bit, make it a bit less obvious and weather the chest some more. For me, I think it gave quite a good effect, but yeah, the weathering and the painting is your own choice. Now I just attach it to the base with another dab of hot glue, because you can't have enough hot glue in your project. There we go, just put it on. Yopla, that's okay. Now for the fun part, just add a dab of hot glue at the opening where you want it. And go down slightly to the bottom. Put a big dab on the bottom. I chose that spot because I had some problems painting there. So now it's also sealed away in hot glue and no one will see my painting mistakes. There we go. After this, add rhinestones. You can see here I'm just picking some random rhinestones, putting them on, putting them in the overflow as well to give a nice feeling. You'll have to do this quite fast since hot glue dries fast. You don't have much time to put on rhinestones and also pour glitter on there. So when you're satisfied with the amount of rhinestones, just put it in your bucket of glitter again. Take your glitter and pour it all over the hot glue. Be generous in your pour, you'll not lose anything when you get it up. Shake it off real good, or else you'll have glitter everywhere. There you go. You got the basics of an overflowing chest. Now I took some PVA glue because I was not happy with my base. Just slather it all over where there's no gold. Just all over the black part. the edges because the corrugated carton shows and I don't want that. Now you got your tub of leftovers, you shake it around a bit, and there you go, you have an overflowing chest, and that's all there is to it. So now you got a nice chest to use as scatter terrain, and if you want to add more embellishments like a sword, maybe a crown, just put a small dab of hot glue on it and dab in the crown, maybe add some more gold to hide the seams. There you go, you got a nice overflowing chest full of riches.